So today we're talking about energetic marketing. For those of you who have had that experience of wanting to kind of leave the rat race, if you like, who are inspired to move into a deeper, more meaningful existence that's more fulfilling, you're living a higher purpose, you're doing what you love, you're following your calling. For those of us who've felt that impulse to move into that way of life, we've all kind of come to this realization that, oh, well, if I do that, I'm going to have to market myself somehow. Somehow I'm going to have to let people know about whatever this path of dharma is that I'm on and whatever it is I'm offering and however I'm wanting to help and, all of that. At some point I'm going to have to put myself out there, those words that we don't really like. I'm going to have to make myself seen. I'm going to have to market myself. Now, the fear that a lot of us carry around that simple thing of marketing yourself, putting yourself out there, letting people know what it is that you do and what you've got to offer can be so scary, can't it? The fear of that can be debilitating, that it can even stop us from leaving that soul-destroying, um, soul-sucking job that pays us that monthly salary that we've gotten so used to. It's so familiar and so comfortable, even though it's soul-destroying. A lot of us choose that because we're so scared of the alternative, of the unknown, of putting ourselves out there, so to speak, and marketing ourselves in something that we really love to do, that we really want to do. It's vulnerable, isn't it? It is. It's really vulnerable. And so when it becomes too much and we're like, no, I've got to leave that soul-sucking job. I just cannot do it for one more minute. The sacrifice that's putting on me is way too much. I need to do this thing that I love. So when we decide, okay, I'm going to do that thing that I love, and we start to step into it, this is usually when a lot of us go, I'm going to do a course on marketing. I'm going to do a course on, like what I did. I paid $3,000, probably over that, because it might have been 3,000 US. Can't remember, but around about that amount to do like a marketing course. It was called Course from Scratch, and it was a course that taught me how to market, create, market, and promote an online course. And so I invested a lot of money in that. I mean, it was all online. There was no personal interaction. And there was no, I mean, I could have gone to some lives and things, but there was no one-on-one. There was no, real someone to sit down with you and really talk about what you were doing or anything like that. It was all very much just on an online platform. It's worked through it. And the thing about all of that is that it's great. So, you might learn a whole lot of different tools and a little few different tricks and tips and things to do, right? And strategies. But basically, when it comes down to it, what you're really learning when you start to learn about marketing is how to manipulate other people's consciousness in order to buy your stuff. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't feel that good to me. That doesn't really feel completely genuine to me. It doesn't feel, it doesn't sit really, really well with me. And yeah, you can talk yourself out of that. You can say, no, 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 people do, it's all about finding the right people and, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, don't take it what I'm saying completely literally, because I know some marketing stuff ain't all that bad, but a lot of it is. I mean, in a sense that it is really touching at your fear points to encourage you to buy, or touching at your desire points, and really good marketers know how to do that. But the thing that these marketing courses don't teach you, and this is the thing why not everybody makes it, so to speak, in the putting yourself out there world, is because those courses don't show you how to manage the emotional freaking roller coaster that is putting yourself out there, that is being vulnerable and sharing your authenticity with the world, letting people see you, letting people hear you, making yourself visible. And yeah, that's hard. It's really, really hard. And people get some kind of trauma out of that kind of thing. There was a term for it. I can't remember what it is now, but marketing trauma, I don't think it was called that. It was called something else. But yeah, it's that that sabotages people's success. Not the, the marketing tools or that kind of limitation, but it's, can you maintain a steady, positive, radiant vibration for long enough to actually create some results? Because a lot of the time, little things will happen and they'll just knock us flat on our face. Like somebody says no, oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world. We fall over, we fall flat on our face, and we stay there for a couple of days, wallowing in failure thoughts and self-doubt and why am I doing this and all sorts of stuff like that. And then we have to pick ourselves up, brush ourselves off, and carry on. And so it's all these little things that can happen on that journey of marketing, which can really just blow us off center again and again, and make it a really difficult ride, and often a ride that people don't choose so much. It can make this whole dharma thing difficult. Now, the thing is, if you are marketing to the world and you're doing the normal way of marketing, which is about kind of manipulating people's consciousnesses to want to buy your product or service, then on some level, a certain percentage of those people who do buy are going to feel somewhat manipulated and maybe and probably dissatisfied with the product or the service. And I've seen this lots of times with very popular and very highly marketed products and services out there in the online world. And I've heard feedback from people saying, yeah, I spent $3,000 and I didn't really get that much out of it. Or, I spent this much money, I invested all of this and I didn't really learn that much. It wasn't that great. I could have learned way more from this other person who sells it for 500 or, So people who allowed themselves to get manipulated like that and sucked in, they kind of knew that they were, but they did it anyway, often end up feeling dissatisfied because they got hooked in, and it didn't really meet them. It didn't really serve them. It didn't really give them everything that they were hoping for. So that kind of marketing doesn't work. Doesn't work for the person who is the marketer. Because if you're doing that, like with me, I felt it was slightly ingenuine. And even if I didn't think about that consciously, there still would be some part of me who knows it's not really, really genuine, or authentic like that. So there's always a sense of guilt, and that's not a clear, healthy, positive and radiant vibration, is it? So therefore, it's not going to bring you the best results. And it's not good for the people who buy your stuff because, as I said, they feel on some level manipulated. And then there's often a feeling of dissatisfaction. So what is the alternative? The alternative is focusing more on what we are being, which is our alignment, our consciousness, our state, than what we are doing. Now, there is a lot that I could say about that, but let's just put it this way. We are marketing all the time with the level of vibration that we're sitting in, with the frequency, the state of consciousness, that we're emanating in every moment. So if I'm sitting here feeling scared, feeling not good enough, feeling lacking, and I'm worried, that is a vibration that is moving its way into the everything. And I'm only going to be able to see things that match that vibration that I'm emanating. So therefore, I am creating my own self-fulfilling prophecy with the vibration that I'm holding. Now, if I'm going to go marketing in that vibration, if I'm in a state of fear and I'm putting out posts on Facebook and I'm making videos on YouTube and actually I'm petrified, obviously they're not going to have that much traction, are they? Or if they do, then maybe the results aren't that great. Ultimately, if I'm in a steady, loving, safe, abundant, resourceful, connected alignment, my vibration is going to be making ripples in the fabric of everything and drawing to it similar and more to keep compounding that vibration. So when it comes to our dharma, the more we can remain steady in our inner alignment with safety, with love, and overflowing, whatever it is our dharma is, the more we can just stay in that alignment, then the more consistently we're going to be attracting results. Do you see what I mean? If I'm emitting a ray, if I'm like a beacon and I'm emitting this ray of I love to help people in this way, I am helping people in this way, I feel really good about what I'm doing, I love what I do, the universe is always supporting me, I feel really safe, I feel really secure, I'm totally abundant, and I'm doing what I love, I'm doing what I love, I'm doing what I love. If I'm just in that for ages and ages and ages, it's going to start to attract some substantial stuff. Now, if I start to go, I'm doing what I love, I really love this, I'm here to just serve the divine, but oh, that person doesn't like me and they rejected me and I'm not good enough and now I've got to start all the way from the bottom again and I don't even know if I should be doing this and I don't think people like me and nobody cares about my posts on Facebook and no, I'm okay. And then we get ourselves back up. You know, the light's gone out on the beacon, but now it comes back slowly but surely. But oh no, then somebody else said something, and now I don't feel like I have enough money or enough time to do this. And no, pull myself back together. And now I'm going to shine. No, I can't. Do you know what I mean? If I'm continually turning on the light, turning off the light, turning on the light, turning off the light, I'm not carving a steady kind of flow of results. I'm just going to get very minimal, if anything, kind of eventuating from my vibration. It is our vibration that is the true marketer. Now, on one level, we can be the clever marketer and we can say all the right things and make all the right posts and put all the right pictures out there to the world. But ultimately, if we want to get the real results, it's about getting out of the way so that the higher us can come through and find the people that are a perfect match for whatever it is that we're offering to come to us, to find us. So, you know, I got to a point in my journey where the marketing, I just got so sick of it. I just couldn't be bothered with it anymore. I just wanted to do my dharma. I just wanted to live my dharma. And so I just started to do just that. I just started to share my heart, and start focusing really on the vibration that I'm in. What am I being rather than what am I doing? And I would just keep consistently practicing, overflowing the love that comes through me when I'm spiritually connected, and the podcasts, the courses, just keep them flowing, keep the connection up, keep that alignment up, keep it moving. Don't worry about the results. Don't worry about who's finding it, how many people are seeing it, what's the results are happening, just keeping in my alignment. Finally, after a couple of years of doing that, it started to carve this deep riverbed where now all of that consistent, connected vibrational energy coming through me is now feeding all these other people's lives. It's helping all these people. I get these amazing testimonials every day. There's reviews from people on Insight Timer. It's carved a beautiful resource through this portal that is me, this body, this personality. Me getting into that alignment means that I've stepped myself out of the way. I'm not trying to control things or get attached to any outcome. I'm just doing the dharma, and then it comes through and it finds the people. How so many people have said to me on Insight Timer, I just got led to your course. I just found myself, I don't even know how, but I just found myself listening to your thing today. It was exactly what I needed, all the time. So it's not our job, to really be manipulating consciousness, I don't think, to try and wrangle people into our programs and our courses and whatever it is. Just do the dharma, stay in the alignment, and the divine does all that for us. But we have to keep our vibration steady. So the most important thing is that we remain in a good alignment. Because remember, if you've got a good alignment, if you feel connected, safe, secure, and abundant, and you're just overflowing your dharma, then you're sending this steady vibration out into the mass consciousness, out into the energetic fields of everything. And the steadier you can hold that, then the more consistent the results that are going to come to you. So when we're actually feeling inspired to say things on social media, to put ourselves out there and things, we want to be able to remain aligned in that process. We want to be able to manage the emotional stuff that's going to come up. We want to be able to work out with this so that we can stay in that steady vibration. So here's a couple of thoughts that usually knock us down. And here's how to recover from them, to remain in alignment when we're living our dharma and marketing ourselves energetically. So the first one is, when we're putting ourselves out there in our posts and whatever we're doing, right, and we're not getting that much interest, it's very easy for us to think, oh, people don't care. Nobody cares what I've got to say. Nobody cares. I got 2 likes. I put my heart and soul into that Facebook post and 2 people saw it. That this can make us go, oh, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Now, what am I doing with my vibration there? I've turned my light off, haven't I? The beacon that was once shining is gone. It has put itself out and extinguished its light, which means I'm no longer energetic marketing. I'm no longer sending that positive, radiant vibration out into the mass consciousness that's going to be attracting, all of the beautiful opportunities and results to it. So it's most important here for me to switch how I'm thinking about this so I can remain energetically aligned here. So we want to switch from people don't care, nobody cares, to I care. I really care about these people and whatever it is that my dharma is, and helping in this particular way and whatever that might be. So I'm not going to turn my light off, because then nobody will be able to see me. Nobody will be able to find me. My light is on, not for me to get stuff, but for them to find help, to find what they need in this world. There is always someone out there who needs what you have to offer. If you turn your light off, how are they going to find it? So we want to turn it back on by saying, I care. I'm not attached to results. I'm not attached to it turning up in any particular way. How do I know that those 2 people that liked my post aren't completely shifted by what they read? Like, they might go talk about it to another 10 people, and therefore it's carried on and it's shared, like whatever. We don't know. how our actions and our words and what we put out there affects other people, and we can't know, and we just got to keep in that vibration, and that's all we need to do. All the other stuff is it's above and beyond our job description. So that's how I maintain my alignment in that situation. Don't let it disempower you. Keep your light on, move on. The next thing is, when we want to do something in the world, like, so let's say your dharma involves running a workshop, getting a group of people together, or selling a package of something, or something like that. Now, the ego loves to get attached here, gets really attached, gets really sticky with all of this, and will say to you things like, well, I want to get this amount of people for this price by this date. And automatically you think of it, you think, oh yeah, that'd be good. And then your hooks go and attach into that. And you might not, because I noticed this, as soon as my attachment goes in to this is what I want, this is when, this is how many, this is how much, blah, 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 I start to feel really uncomfortable and scared. I start to feel scared because then I start to think, I really want that to happen. But what if it doesn't? What if I'm a failure? What if I can't do it? What if what I really want doesn't happen? I'm going to feel so deflated and so defeated and like such a loser, And so with that attachment of I need this to happen, in order to be okay, in order for me to be a success, I'm all automatically setting myself up for a kind of a failure or for suffering. So instead of doing that, I find it so much easier and nicer and softer to just say to the universe, this is what I'm offering. This is what I feel inspired to do. This is the inspiration I feel coming through me from you, divine. So I open the doors of my heart and allow it to come into the world. And I know that you know how many people is right, how much money is right, that the certain set of circumstances that will make it a success. You know that stuff. I'm just going to show up. I'm going to live my dharma, do my dharma, be in that alignment, shine my light, and do the very best I can. I'm going to let you take care of the rest. I'm open to having as many people as you like. I'm going to do the best I can, and whatever flows, it's going to flow. And if I have that kind of mindset, I get to keep my alignment. Do you see what I'm saying here? I get to keep my light on. If I've got the attachment thing, I need this many people by this much time and this much money and la la la, it's going to be very hard for me to keep my light shining because I'm going to be worried. Oh, am I going to make it? Is this working? I'm going to have to push myself really hard. I'm going to have to da 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 da. Rather than keeping my light on and staying open to letting the divine inspire me. Now, this is the wisest thing we can possibly do, not only because it keeps that vibration, that energetic marketing steady, where we're sending that constant, abundant and overflowing and radiant vibration into the mass consciousness, which is attracting to it everything it needs. Not only that, which is in and of itself is enough, the other reason why we want to keep that vibration open is so we can hear divine guidance. Because when we're scared and when we're attached and when we're worried and when we're struggling and when we're stressing and when we're pushing ourselves too hard, we've closed down that connection. Now we're only going around and around and around in the ego, around and around in the past. We want to stay in alignment so we can hear the inspiration. Not only does it bring the dharma through us, what it is that we're inspired to do in the world, but it also brings the ideas of where to post things, what to say next, what to la la la, all of it. If we stay connected, it's all there. It all flows. It's when we close down, when we get scared, when we freak out, that's when, we don't hear it anymore. So I hope that this has been an interesting and enlightening podcast for you, especially if you are on your path of Dharma. In Dharma school, we're going to delve into this in so much more depth and really practice maintaining that energetic alignment, that energetic marketing, which is the most genuine and authentic way to market, I think, rather than trying to manipulate people's consciousness. We're just sending a stream of our heart energy consistently into the mass fields of consciousness and allowing the divine through us to find the perfect situations, people, abundance, the perfect match all over the place. And then, the best thing about this is that we are not doing it alone. Our path of Dharma is not about us walking this lonely path, carrying some responsibility on our shoulders, only us. That is not it. It couldn't be further from what it is. Our Dharma is when we are connected with, we know our connection with the whole universe, and we get out of the way to allow that higher energy to partner with us, to work with us. We are not alone. We are connected, completely connected. That is living our Dharma. It is a joy. It is an honor. It is a fulfillment. So I'm going to leave you with this, my beautiful friends. But if you do want to check out that course, have a look at the link in the comments. And yeah, catch up soon.